Welcome to the Muse Trials. This is me also unmasking with you in real time. And I think that this is really important to show you because it's something that's happening internally with me as well. And I think that there's a lot of shifts that are happening with a lot of people, especially if you're neurodivergent and you are wanting to unmask. You perceive things really intensely, really in-depthly, and it can feel like a lot. So I wanted to create these Muse trials. This is the first one, the trial of shadows, to help you process and move the energy and the stuckness that is keeping you from being able to be who you are, take action on things that you want to do. And really, this is all taking place, I don't know if you can see, inside of my Discord, House of our Neurodivergent Revolution. So I'm really excited to be leading this initiation for you. This session is going to be really, really, really powerful. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, welcome. Welcome to the Muse Trials. I wanted to create this as a place to have you practice unmasking, learn the foundational skills and tools, and receive the energetic shifts so that you can really start unmasking and not have it feel as heavy or as overwhelming or as difficult, and especially to do it in community. So this is the beginning of your Muse Trials, this part 1 of 4 trials. It is a hero's journey of unmasking. It's crossing thresholds, and it's really learning to become your own muse. And this is a concept that has really helped me make unmasking more fun, more exciting. It gave me a focus, and like if you have ADHD like I do, the gamification of it is like so helpful. So this is really my process. This is how I've learned to unmask. I've learned to be able to put myself out there into the world, to not feel as like much fear with being able to express who I am through my art, through my creations, through my visions. So that's what the Muse Trials is about. Welcome. And I wanted to share with you a little bit about the story arc of the trials. So the trials start with this one right now, the first trial of shadows, which is about facing the illusions of the mask, right? And you start in the cave of shadows, and we're going to do work there to help reveal the illusions of the mask. Then we move into the trial of storms, which if, again, you are neurodivergent, you are more likely to get dysregulated. So you're about to feel some of that inner turbulence inside. So I wanted to teach you some of my favorite ways to help manage the storm, calm the chaos, ground yourself, and know that you can weather anything that comes your way. Because when you are regulated, when you are calm and grounded, you are connected to yourself, and you're not going to be as easily influenced by the mask, by fear, by all of those things that come up. So that trial is trial 2, storms. Our third trial is the trial of flame, which this one is really exciting for me because it's a lot of like transformative, powerful energy. We use the element of fire here, and we're able to actually transmute and alchemize those masked illusions that we've brought up, those fears that cause dysregulation in our body. We're able to alchemize them so they can be transformed. And our final trial is the trial of becoming, which leads into becoming your own muse. This is learning how to step into your muse self, really claiming that identity and feeling more confident and clear to start unmasking and becoming your own muse rather than staying stuck behind the mask. So that's the story arc of the trials. It is the initiation into this journey of becoming your own muse. And it's basically like discovering that you have magic, learning how to wield it, and growing and practicing as you go along. So I don't want there to be all this pressure. I don't want there to be all these things that you have to do. It is something that you're going to be receiving, so you can take all the pressure off, and just be present. I think learning to be present is something that a lot of people who are neurodivergent have a difficult time doing, because we think that we just have to sit there in silence, and that's not true. So I want you to show up however you are, and with the intention of being able to connect to yourself and be present in this moment. Okay, so there's no need to get it right. There will be prizes as well for everyone who actually completes the trial challenges. You'll be entered into a draw to win some prizes, which we love. I love giving away things to reward effort. And I think a lot of the times in my life, I've been really focused on performance of achievement, which is where we get a lot of our worthiness wounds, because it's like the focus is on how much we can do and not who we are. And I think that effort, being willing to actually try, even if it's not perfect, even if you don't know what you're doing, even if you're scared, is so much more powerful when you lean into that process rather than the end goal. Okay, so I wanted to describe a little bit about what becoming your own muse means. It really means to me creating from your truth, being rooted in who you are, drawing inspiration from yourself, letting go of the comparison to other people and the shoulds and all of these things that draw you farther away from who you are, and really learning how to trust in your own inner knowing. Feeling safe to be seen as you are because you know who you are, you believe in who you are, and ultimately being able to express that out into the world unapologetically, through your voice, through your message, your ideas, your creations, your vision. And that's why I like to work with people who are neurodivergent visionaries, because I know you have such incredible ideas, and a lot of the time the barrier isn't the idea generation or it not being good enough. It's just the fact that you need to learn to be rooted in yourself, to know what's best for you, to know how you want to share it, and feel confident and clear in being able to express that out into the world. So that's kind of the path I've walked, learning all of those things. And that's why I created the Muse Trials, because I wanted to make the foundations of the things I think make the biggest impact, and being able to start doing that. And so you can have the tools and resources to be able to integrate it into your life, because integration really is where all of the magic happens. And in terms of like being neurodivergent, why this is something that I think a lot of people who are neurodivergent deal with is that we perceive more, okay? We perceive things more intensely, more deeply, and I think that that is such a gift and such a beautiful thing that is about us, but it can also be really challenging. It can mean that our nervous systems become more easily dysregulated. So if you notice you get overstimulated or overwhelmed and you get all foggy and you can't like make clear decisions, a lot of the time that's because your nervous system doesn't feel safe, right? And when our nervous systems don't feel safe, it will do a lot of things to try and make us feel safe. And this is where we mask, right? This is where the mask comes into play, because the mask has taught us, okay, if I don't do this, then these people won't judge me or criticize me, and I'm not going to be kicked out of the pack, and I'm not going to be abandoned. So that's really why we mask, is to try and feel safe. It's a safety mechanism. And all of these painful experiences that we have in our lives, especially when we're growing up and we don't understand what's going on, or, you know, that it's not necessarily true, like rejection or judgment or fear, it hits us harder. And that's like rejection sensitive dysphoria. If you've heard of that with ADHD, it's like perceived rejection, even not even if it's necessarily you're being rejected, perceived rejection feels so intensely. I don't know if you ever felt that, but like somebody says something and you're like, oh my God, they hate me, or oh my God, they're judging me, or they think I'm stupid, and you just feels like your heart is about to get ripped out of your chest and you find yourself crying on the bathroom floor. Like an instance like that is what causes the mask to form up. It doesn't actually mean anything about you, but it feels really uncomfortable and painful. So we learn, I don't want to feel that again. And that's why that mask goes up. So yeah, we really build the mask to protect ourselves, and these trials are going to help you learn how to uncondition from that mask so that we can return to the truth of who we are, and we can harness our power and our magic that we have inside that needs to be shared out into the world. I believe that if you have those gifts and you have that vision, it's something that was given to you for a divine purpose. And your job, your responsibility in this lifetime is deconditioning yourself from all of those things that tell you you shouldn't be a certain way, you shouldn't do X, Y, and Z. And really what I call this is stepping into your Muse self, the version of you that can do these things, who is inspiring, who is the version of you that you secretly want to be, that you feel that you are, but the mask is holding you back from them. So with this first trial, the purpose of this trial, Shadows, is leaning into awareness, really noticing the illusions of the mask, because once you are aware and you start to notice, the more you notice, the more you notice, and it takes the power away, because it's no longer this invisible force of like, oh, I just can't do these things and I feel so stuck. It's like, okay, I'm noticing I'm feeling resistance here, and then you will start to dig deeper into it and understanding that, and I'm going to teach you those tools and how we can start to release them. And they end up loosening their grip over time. The more you practice this, the easier it is to kind of differentiate what is actually you and what is the conditioning of the mask. So I'd love for us to like check in with ourselves right now. If you were to bring up that feeling of the fear or the judgment or not being enough, if you were to share your true self and be rejected, just for a moment, on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense does that feel for you? For me, when I was first starting this work, that was probably like an 8. That was probably like really high. Like I was feeling a lot of intense emotions. I was feeling very uncomfortable and a lot of resistance. And fear. Really, a lot of it is fear. So just check in with yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. How does that feel for you? Okay, good. Now you're going to take a deep breath in. Okay, let it all go. And today we're really going to do some big work. You're going to receive some big shifts to help release the grip of the mask, and we're going to clear away that resistance. Does that sound good to you guys? Let me know in the chat if you're like, hell yeah, I don't want to feel that fear anymore. I am ready to release it and like be able to take a deep breath. That's what we're here to do today. Okay. So before we get into the actual visualization, I would invite you to make sure you are in a comfortable and quiet space where you won't be disturbed. I like having some water with me because I feel like water helps cleanse everything. It's just good to be a hydro homie, honestly. So have some water, that would be really great. If you are somebody who likes to reflect in a written form, or if you would like to try doing this activity, there will be an option at the end to be able to do some reflection work on paper. So if you'd like to get a notebook and a pen ready, you are more than welcome to do that. How are we doing in the chat, guys? Let me know if you're ready, if you're excited. Okay. Awesome. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to guide you through this visualization, this into my fantasy world. This is really the world that I've built, is a place where you can explore, where you can experiment, where you can go into yourself. And I find that when you're neurodivergent, having something that you can actually anchor into is really helpful, rather than just like sitting down and being like, okay, let's journal on this question, right? And sometimes we're like, I don't even know what that means. I don't know how to bring that up. I wanted to create these visualizations because that's what's really helped me, is using visualization and using altered states of consciousness. So I really want to help you tap into your subconscious mind, where you don't have to force, you don't have to work, you don't have to think. It's going to come to you in whatever way it's meant to come for you. And you'll see the shifts. It's going to be really cool. The first time I tried doing these types of activities, I was like, whoa, like now I just know things? Like, what do you mean? The subconscious is a really, really incredible place to explore. Fun fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but we actually only use about 5% of our conscious minds, and everything else is controlled by our subconscious or unconscious mind. So doing the work to reprogram what's going on there is going to make you being able to make those shifts, take those actions, do those things, feel a certain way about yourself so much easier than trying to like brute force and discipline and consistency it. Like those things do not work, especially if you are neurodivergent. So we go more to the root of the problem, which is inside of the subconscious mind, and then also into our energetic field where we're holding things within our bodies. And so that's why I like to do the combo of visualization as well as energy work. So I will be giving you Reiki. I will be holding the frequency, and I will be tapping into your energy with your consent. And we're going to help move some of this stuck energy. So let's just take a moment. I'm going to just ground myself here. So when you're in a comfortable space, you can go ahead, gently close your eyes if it feels comfortable. I'm going to turn on some frequency music. Breathing in and out. And we are about to step into the cave of shadows. Here, the illusions of the mask swirl around us. Doubts, perfectionism, fears. And to move through this trial, you must courageously face these shadows with awareness. So if you're open to receive the energy activations, just say yes, your mind's eye, and let's begin. So you can gently rest your eyelids on your cheeks. We're going to take a deep breath in and release, let it all go. And another slow inhale, filling your lungs up with air. And release. Release it all out. Anything that doesn't need to come with you into this moment. Good. Now feel the ground beneath you. Notice the air around you. This is your threshold. This is the moment. Everything changes. You are safe to journey inward. Now take another deep breath in, preparing yourself for the journey ahead, and let it all out. Release. Good. Imagine yourself standing at the entrance of a dark, magical cave. The earth is cool. The air carries a whisper of mystery, the unknown. And you might have shied away from uncertainty before, worried about what might happen. But at the lip of this cave, you feel a calming presence. feels like armor on your chest, protecting you, or a heaviness on your shoulders, weighing you down. Maybe it feels like a tightness around your throat, stopping you from being able to say what you need to say. Chains around your feet, holding you back from making the moves you know you want to make. This mask was built long ago when you were a child. As you grew up, had experiences as a teenager, this mask was a protector. This mask is a shield. But this is a threshold where you realize it has also hidden your truth. And you don't need it anymore. As you look around the cave into the darkness, you see the shadows begin to move. They swirl and shift, taking forms and shapes. I want you to notice their color. Are they black? Are they in color? Notice their texture. Are they smooth, silky? Are they rough, translucent, smoky, jagged? How do the shadows look to you? Each of these shadows represents a story that the mask has whispered to you. You're too much. You're not enough. You have to be perfect. You'll be judged. You won't be loved if you show the real you. They're going to abandon you if you reveal how you really are. Nobody's gonna like it. Allow the shadows to show you the illusions you've been carrying. You don't have to chase them. Just allow them. Trust what comes forward. Maybe it's an image, a symbol, a phrase, a memory. Maybe it's a feeling. Feel the weight of these shadows around you. What does your mask look or feel like right now? Where do you feel it in your body? Maybe there's tightness, constriction. Notice the sensation. What has this mask been protecting you from? Keep breathing. truth hasn't been keeping you from living. What illusions are being revealed to you now? Can you see where they came from? Now take a deep breath in, seeing the smoke and the shadows you've just brought to the surface. Whatever way you've received it, release it all out. And even though they felt heavy in the past, you are facing this trial with so much courage. Take another deep breath in, seeing those shadows swirling around you, gathering up in front of you. As you exhale, imagine loosening the mask as it flows into little shadows. Another breath in, calling back your power from across all space and time. On the exhale, energy of the mask begins to crack. Another deep breath in and hold it at the top. As we declare this mask no longer has control over you, and it must now leave and be sent back to the cave. Release. And we see the shadows of the mask start to dissolve, start to fade into smoke, no longer attached to you. We see the shadows around you swirl, but they're curious, and you realize they can no longer control you. You look around and notice they start to dissolve into the walls of the cave, being transmuted and carried back into the earth. Take another deep breath in. Let it all out, release. Leaving only you, your breath, your body, and your truth. And on our final deep breath in, I want you to hold it at the top. Let all of your energy fill you up and hold you, cleansing you any last remaining bits of the smoke and the mask. And on your exhale, release. Clear and free, clear and free. Good. You are not the mask. You are the one beneath. You are the muse, waiting to be revealed. You feel your breath returning back to normal, allowed to flow with ease. Notice the weight of your body supported by the ground beneath you. which you now know or will know in the coming days, weeks, as this energy finds you. It reveals to you what you need to know in your own time, in your own way, and the truth that is ready to live through you. Good. When you're ready, if you'd like to grab your journal and your pen, while we're still tapped into our subconscious, we can start to just free write. I'll give you some prompts. So what came up in the cave? What illusions did you see? What emotions or sensations did you feel inside of your body, and where did you feel it? What truth wants to be remembered now? Share in the chat, to tap into that courage, to share. What came up for you? Where did you feel that energy in your body? The mask is holding back. What does this mask protect you from? To me, sensations come up during the session. And what is one illusion that you can see clearly now? Now, I'll invite you to share this inside of our Muse Trials channel on Discord. You can share your experience, what came up for you, how you felt during and after this first trial. This is your space to reflect, be witnessed, and connect with others. You can free write, or you can use this prompt. One illusion the mask has fed me is blank. But the truth that was revealed is blank. And remember that when you share and participate, you will be entered to win the prizes inside of the House of Muse at the end of the trials. Amazing. So we're going to anchor this energy in. From now on, each time the mask appears, you'll notice a little sooner. You'll notice more and more how to discern between the mask and what's really you, your Muse self. You'll be able to question, is this really me? Or is this the mask? And each time you build up this relationship, your Muse self will reveal more truth. Another deep breath in. Let it all out, release. I'm going to disconnect from you energetically. You've crossed the threshold. You've faced the shadows and revealed the illusions, and you've made it past your first trial. And next, you'll enter the Trial of Storms. Trial of Storms is going to teach you how to regulate your nervous system and ground your energy when you're feeling the chaos and turbulence of life and of unmasking, because as you unmask, you're going to be faced with discomfort of leaving those protection mechanisms. And for me, one of the ways that I found it to be really helpful was learning tools and techniques to be able to ground my energy, to calm myself, to come back into truth. Because when you're in fight or flight, when you're in the rapid chaos, the voice of the mask becomes stronger and you have a hard time hearing the voice of your inner knowing. So that's what Trial of Storms is all about. It's to help ground you when that chaos arises, because I know neurodivergent people, we are filled with chaos, and that is not a bad thing. You just need to learn how to work with your energy and understand what it needs. So I'd like to thank you for being here today. I'd like to celebrate your courage and trying something new and different, for putting yourself out there, for sitting in discomfort and transmuting energy, because this is really how we do this work. So make sure you come join us inside of the Discord. I have the Muse Trials channel specifically for sharing and reflecting on your experiences throughout this time. And again, keep sharing, keep reflecting, keep participating, because there will be prizes at the end. I just really love this community that we're building together, and I'm really grateful to be able to be here and share what I've learned and share part of my magic with you. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next trial, which will be on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let me know how this experience was for you inside of the Muse Trials channel. Leave me a DM on Instagram. I am filled with so much love and gratitude, and I hope you carry this energy with you until we meet again. Bye.